now. So wow, this is intense. This is turning out to be an intense game. It looks like Fantasy is trying to set up his third base at his whoa, two Reavers out now. He managed to save those previous ones. Double Scarab hits. Oh, the Scarab takes out the tank. Nicely done. And that is the thing about this whole situation is Cal has been able to pick off a lot of forces of Fantasy during this whole exchange, and that is critical. You know, if he'd lost that Reaver, but he hadn't been able to get those Scarabs off and kill so many forces, and there's the Speed Shuttle running in! Oh my god, the Wraith totally missed it! The Wraith is going after it, but he might be able to get a Scarab off. Oh, the Reaver's in play, he gets the Scarab off, picks it up, he's gonna try to run away. Speed Shuttles can outrun the Wraith. I don't know if he got away. No, the shuttle did not get away. Oh man, he didn't have time, and so he dropped out both the Reavers, and that is too bad. Siege tank coming in, it's gonna polish off those Reavers, and that was a lot of money. That was pretty bad actually. That was really bad for Cal. He lost 2 Reavers and a shuttle. That's 600 minerals and 200 gas, which is a pretty substantial amount. Oh, but he's actually going in the front. I didn't know he was gonna. I didn't expect him to get this far with these Dragoons. He's doing a lot of damage. There's only one tank on the ridge. He killed off all the tanks previously in that push. Oh no, he kills off the dropship. He snipes the dropship, but he loses all of his Dragoons but one in the process. And that was a little bit reckless, staying in there so long. He should have gone in there, picked off what he could, and gotten out. And he didn't target down the tank critically. It was on that ridge, so it would have been hard to kill off, but I mean, I think he should have killed off that tank first, and then it would have been a little bit easier for him to kill off the SCVs and the Vultures. Although the second tank came in there pretty quickly afterward, but still, wow. So Cal has managed to keep Fantasy on the defensive, and another shuttle coming in here with probably another Reaver in there. Maybe he may have teched a Templar or something in the meantime. I'm not sure. Let's see what's in that shuttle. Here comes the Wraith. Is still around somewhere. There's the Wraith. Goes straight for it. Dragoon in play to try and attack the Wraith, but the shuttle goes down anyways. He sacks the Dragoon. I'm sorry, it sacks the Wraith. No, he doesn't even sacrifice the Wraith. The Wraith actually gets away, and those siege tanks are still there. Pick off the Reaver quite easily. There was not even a lot of SCVs there for him to attack, so that was horrible for Cal. He did not accomplish nearly enough with these last 2 harassments. He's lost all kinds of crap. He's killed off only a couple SCVs. And that sort of thing. Now, this is the type of player that Cal is, though. He likes to put a lot of pressure on and, you know, trade armies a lot. And that's his style. And so I'm not surprised he's doing this. And he has had success with it, because if he can keep Fantasy in his base, I mean, think about it. If Fantasy is kept in his base for so long, and he's managed to kill off tanks. Now, the Terran, even if he has an advantage, the Terran is probably not going to move out and do his push until he has, you know, a decent squad of tanks. Probably at least 8 tanks or something like that, depending on what time, if they're going for a timing push, or, you know, depending on their plans. But usually you don't see them move out until they've got several tanks. But he's actually ferrying some troops up there. Cal has a shuttle as well. He's going to try and have to ferry some troops in there. He's actually almost anticipating this. He's killed off the little supply depot thing, the power generator, and he's actually able to get his Dragoons in there very quickly. He's going to have to fall back from those mines. There's 1 Dragoon going away and luring the mines away. 2 Dragoons staying there and getting hit by the mines, but the shuttle ferrying a couple Dragoons more in there and able probably to clean this up. No! More forces being ferried up there. Tanks. Both players just desperately trying to run forces up that ramp, up that ridge, sorry, as quickly as possible with their dropship. Both players, just 2 troops at a time, and desperately fighting with what they had up there at the same time. That's a lot of multitasking, a lot of micro. Finally, it's going to get shut down. So, jeez, this is crazy. That dropship is still in play, though. He's still got that dropship if he wants to do another drop, which obviously it looks like he's going to be trying to do. But this is just so back and forth. But what I was going to say before is that Cal has had some success. If you just throw away your forces a lot, keep the Terran bottled in their base because they don't have enough tanks to move out or enough forces, then, and I mean, look at this. Fantasy has like 1 tank, 2 tanks in his main, so there's no way he's going to move out. He's almost defenseless as it is, so it's going to be really difficult for him to move out. And what Cal is trying to do is while he's, you know, throwing away his troops and trying to sacrifice them to keep the Terran army down, he's also expanding and macroing, that sort of thing, in hopes to win the long-term war just by keeping the Terran so off balance. that there's nothing they can do. And so now actually Fantasy getting a hidden base up in the top left corner, so he's staying even with Cal on bases at this point, since Cal has gotten the 3 o'clock position. And Fantasy is sending his his dropship all the way up to the top right area. I'm not sure if Cal was trying to set up an expansion there, or if he just wanted to go all the way around Cal's possible view. But no, he's actually so Cal's gonna spot this. Oh, but is he gonna? Oh, he drags the mine into one vulture at least. I'm not sure what that dropship is doing now. It may have a couple tanks in it. What he may be doing is setting those tanks up on that ridge to try and secure the top right expansion and make it more difficult for Cal to try and take that and get more expansions in that top right hand corner, since that's the next place for him to go, logically speaking, since he's got the 3 o'clock position already. But they're both basically staying even in bases though now. Generally, I mean, here's the thing. A lot of people are probably thinking, oh, the rule of thumb is that the Protoss wants to stay one base ahead of the Terran. But the thing is this game is actually a little bit different from that kind of norm. And here comes actually Cal going for an attack. He's got a Reaver in play, drops out, gets a Scarab off. It's gonna have to the shuttle's gonna have to run away because of that turret. No, he doesn't run away. He just goes in. The Scarab's going off. He almost has enough forces. I did not even realize Cal had so many forces on the ground, and Fantasy had so little. Fantasy's been spending so much of his money on drops that he hasn't kept an army at home at all, and Cal is going to be able to kill off his natural expansion at the bottom. I'm not sure. It looks like Fantasy may be able to get some forces on his ramp and fend this off. If he can get a couple siege tanks above that and pull SCVs, he might be okay. He's pulling SCVs down. Goliath and Vulture's trying to hold that ramp, but that tank is within range if he wants to fire uphill at it. Zealot's breaking up the ramp. There's a bunch of Vultures in the way. That one tank is saving up. The Zealot is hitting the tank goes down. The Reaver is still in play as well, still getting Scarabs off, but no, a tank from the top is targeting the Reaver down, getting rid of that Reaver, probably the most dangerous unit in that army, and somehow he's managing to hold that ramp. Look at the Dragoon blood all over the ramp there. It's like a new coat of paint, but he's managing to break the ramp though. I don't know if he has enough forces. His Zealots cannot get up the ramp past his Dragoons, and that is critical. He needed those Zealots in front. The Dragoons are all going to die at this rate before the Vultures can get up. I'm sorry, the Zealots can get up there. They finally break up the ramp, though. If he can kill off that tank, that'll be huge. If he's going to, well, no, he does not kill off the tank, and he's going to have to fall back. It looks like those Dragoons, because those 2 tanks in the background are going to be able to siege up, and Vultures popping out at just the perfect moment to save his butt. If not, he would have been able to move those Dragoons down there. And finally, the Dragoons dying. Siege tanks in random spots for the win. But still, Cal pressing this home. This is just incredible. Fantasy caught completely with his pants down. Caught without any forces in his main. He'd just been spending so much time doing these little drops and these little harassments in the top right and everything that he didn't have any. He didn't have a proper defense in his main base, and Cal just took complete advantage of it. Probably sent in an observer. I know he had an observer in his base earlier, and now nicely done by Cal. Perfect. This is absolutely perfect. While Fantasy is reeling from that blow to his main, desperately trying to set up defenses, Cal has gone up and attacked this defenseless top left expansion that Fantasy was trying to hide, or at least keep Cal distracted enough that he couldn't go and attack it. And so in the meantime, 2 Zealots and 2 Dragoons. A couple more Dragoons coming in, but not very many forces are able to easily polish off that expansion. And in the meantime, it looks like Cal may be sending more forces up there, but I think what he's going to do is posture those forces in the middle to prevent a counter attack from happening there. And wow, those probes, don't know how close they came to death just then. Those Vultures just chilling nearby as they were going in there. Could have easily been slaughtered. And that command center is going to go down. And I'm not sure, I did not see if Fantasy lost that command center in his gas expansion, his gas natural. I think he did, though. It's hard to tell on the minimap. I did not see if that command center went down. And there's the dropship going in there. Nice move, dropping the tanks and running the Vultures in. So using the speed of the Vultures and the speed of the dropship for the tanks in conjunction there. But I mean, his force is already here. And this is gonna be. I think oh, never mind, he pulled the probes away. It looked like he was going to run the probes into a minefield and possibly blow them the crap up with his Dragoon or something like that, trying to run in and kill the Vultures, but he managed to pull them out to that natural expansion, that mineral only of that top right spawn point. So Cal is doing really, really, really well here. He is in such good shape. He has secured 2 more expansions. He's killed Fantasy's expansion, and he is just going to be able to macro up like a fiend. Now, what